Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name is Deshaun Jennings, founder of Straight Up Employment Services. Today, we will be talking about our digital footprint. Founder of Straight Up Employment Services. Our digital footprint and how we can really use our digital footprint as an asset, specifically our social media or even our LinkedIn, right? So, we will be discussing today. I will go through a PowerPoint on cleaning up our digital footprint. We will discuss that. And then we will conclude with a presentation on using social media as an asset. So let's get into it. What I'm gonna do is share my screen. I hope everyone is well today. As mentioned, this is shared on um, YouTube. This is being shared to be shared on social media platforms. We do not have. I don't see any of my clients because it's in a mood where I can't see you all. But feel free to reach out to us at a later date, schedule an appointment as you will usually do, and we can follow up on this if you have any questions. What I'm gonna do now is get into the presentation. This will be about, let's say, about 30 minutes to 40-minute presentation on how to clean up your digital footprint and using social media as an asset. All right. So as we look here, we're gonna actually start it. As you can see, I've been working. So cleaning up your digital footprint, right? What is a digital footprint? It's everything that you do online, right? What you do on social media, the videos that you post, the comments that you post, etc. It actually, as it relates to employment, you have to think about how employers can find that information, or if they was able to search your name on Google, what they find. So this is a presentation on how to protect your reputation as well as build your opportunities in the meantime. So a digital footprint is everything about you online, which is your social media. It can be your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. And in those portals, and in those portals is what you post, right? Your photos, your videos, your comments, your likes, your Google results, etc. Right? So it's everything about you that can be punched into a Google website. So that is your digital footprint, right? So when we think about digital footprint, think about that. Employers search usually when they get an application, right? There's no barrier saying that employers can't type your name into Google um, or to get an idea of who they are hiring, right? There's no barrier or no policy that prevents that I don't know of, right? So your first impressions happens way before interview, so you got to think about that. And that can drastically impact your hiring decisions. So what they see online in that soft search is usually can alter any decision made about you being hired ultimately, because you got to think about it, right? You are in a competitive job market. So when you so I got a question. For everyone, I want you to Google yourself, type your name into Google, right? What shows up? What pops up? Go on your social media, go on your LinkedIn. What pops up? And answer this question. Ask yourself this question: would you hire you? Does your page reflect growth? Does it reflect struggle? Does it reflect what does it reflect? Right? Search for your full name. Go to Google. I want you to go to Google, search your full name, check the images and accounts, right? Look at what pops up. You can do it as soon as today. And if you was to go on Google and search yourself and find some content that isn't appropriate, I want you to start removing those content, finding ways to log into the accounts to remove those inappropriate content and delete those offensive posts and highlight more positive achievements. All right. Set your accounts to private if needed. Review the tags that you are tagging, right? Pay attention to those tags. Control who sees your content, right? Have that level of control. Don't have access to public, right? If you have questionable content. Use a clean profile picture. Build that professional presence, right? Make sure that presence on social media is really exemplifying a professional nature, right? Add a simple bio, create a LinkedIn profile, right? Do things of that nature that can highlight and start overshadowing those negative posts, if any. And move and finally, you should think before you post, right? After you clean it all up, after you done cleaned up your post, you done went through to Google yourself and found some content that's questionable, and seeing that you wouldn't hire yourself with that type of post. You cleaned it up, you removed it. Now I just want you to think about what you post before you post. Would you say it in an interview? Would you want your boss to see it? Right. So think about everything before you post. That's very important. Build your online presence. So some red flags is hate speech, right? Violence, illegal activity, disrespect towards employers. So if you find any of that content online, please remove that content. Hate speech is very important that you really figure out that you're not addressing that there isn't no open political speech against a certain representative in an office or a federal office or a state office or a local office. Be mindful of that because you don't know who's going to hire you. Violence is very important. If you have a post that exemplifies violence or share violence, be mindful of that. Although you may not be a part of it, or although somebody shared it, you did kind of repost it and push the narrative. So be mindful of that. Illegal activity. Be mindful of posting any illegal activity. You should know better anyway for posting illegal activity. That should not be something that we should be seeing online, but unfortunately, we do. Eventually, those guys that's showing those guns is uh, will be locked up one day, right? And then they will come home and need a job, and those posts still exist. Be mindful of disrespect and what you say towards employers. What you say towards a former employer will be what you say towards future employer, and employer kind of keep that in mind. If anything goes wrong, this guy will be kind of chatty about what's going on in our establishment. So be mindful of how you project out your comments to previous employers or present employers. So some things that employers like to see online is a positive mindset. A positive mindset is very important, showing that you are positive about thinking about your position, you're positive about forward thinking, you're goal oriented, family based, showing that type of structure, work ethic, growth, right? Showing some certificates, professional communication, showing how you communicate professionally on LinkedIn, the way you converse and articulate your thought is very important when it comes to exemplifying great presence and what employers would like to see when they actually Google you. And this is where straight up comes in because we always look to assist our clients with this type of stuff, whether it's resume building, whether it's job placement support, this type of group support. We really have these groups to inform you on these things that's happening in the community, so you are able to make the adjustments and do as such. Right? We don't want our clients not being informed of how they can actually project out into the community. So it's important that our clients show up to these groups, and that when we send out these videos that they see and really pick up the information in which they do, and is much appreciated. And that kind of leads me into our next presentation, which we will be discussing social media as a asset. So if you take all of that information, Googling yourself, what pops up? Answering a question, an honest, transparent question. Would you hire you? If you answer no, then there's some cleaning to do. You have to go in and scrub down your digital footprint so you won't be able to be tracked as the person that you used to be, right? Or some of your thoughts that you had in a moment won't affect your future opportunities. So think about your digital footprint in that light, as well as those green flags and red flags when it comes to what employers are actually looking for, right? So what we're going to get into now, we already kind of discussed um, cleaning up your digital footprint, and I want you all moving forward as a activity throughout the week to kind of Google yourself, and if there's anything that you question, that is something that an employer will question. If you question in it, an employer will question it. You don't have to think outside the box there, right? You can bet your dollar there. And so I challenge you all to really look at your digital footprint in that light. So social media as an asset, right? How do we use it as an asset, and why is it important? Turning your digital presence into an opportunity is very important. This is important because next week we will be discussing LinkedIn, right? That professional profile that professional app or application online that can that employers look at to kind of give you a great professional look, depending on if you are building yourself up and you are able to show that. So social media as an asset is important. Turning your digital presence is into opportunity is what you can do based on what we discussed in our last presentation, cleaning up your digital footprint. So what do employers see when they Google you? I want you to all, by now you have Googled yourself. I'm sure you have. What do employers see? Ask that question, answer that question, keep the answer in mind as we go through this presentation. Some of the realities are that employers check social media way before hiring you. Your online presence can help or hurt you, and that is your brand. What you post online is your brand. If you're posting violence and reposting violence, that's your brand. If you reposting drug usage and posting drug usage, that's your brand. So be mindful of that. If you are a musician and you're posting rap videos, that's your brand. If any of your rap videos is content that is questionable, then that is your brand. So, yeah, online presence can help or hurt you. Keep that in mind. So, I want you to think about shifting that mindset from a social media user to a personal brand builder. Um, Things that you just post can be, I want you to convert your mindset from just posting content to strategically posting content. You don't want to just throw things out there. You want to think how that content will resonate to 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, right? Strategic posting, right? Entertainment. I want you to transfer from entertainment only to opportunity plus exposure. Posting just for entertainment is one thing, right? If you're a social digital media creator of some format. But if you're not, you should be looking at posting for opportunity and exposure, your talents, the things you do, your abilities, certificates, etc. So some platforms that matter here, that really zero in on where opportunity lives, as mentioned, is LinkedIn. It's that professional network. It's that platform that's built for professionals. So there are people that do what you do on that platform. There are people there are recruiters that look online at this platform for professional profiles that fit the criteria of their job description that they're looking for. Also, when you think of your personal brand and your story, that exists in Instagram. So be mindful of that. So if you're posting violent content, you're posting content that doesn't make sense. You're posting people just videos of activity in your area and things of that nature. Journalism, right? Or even um, uh, a news reporter, maybe, um, or 12, right? So think about it. So Instagram is your personal brand and story. Just keep that in mind, right? So if you are showing a lot of content and you are showing the things that you're doing, if it's negative or positive, but let's for purpose of today, just say it's negative content. Just know that you're going to get negative attention, right? Um, you are telling on yourself essentially. You're telling on others around you, right? And not only to law enforcement, but to employers. So keep that in mind. Self snitching impacts also employment. TikTok, skills, personality, creativity, right? Highlighting what you do, right? You can make t-shirts. Guess what? You can work a job that may need someone to design uniforms for them. They may have to work on a budget or something. So you can fall into that. Think about how your skills can align with roles and professional opportunities. All right. So what employers actually look for when they hire you is a professional photos. They look for a professional look, right? A content of who you are and how you marketing yourself, which is very important. So if they see you, and then if you're taking photos that's not too professional, then you may not get a professional job. It's kind of that's how it correlates. No offensive content, right? Think about the content you post before we post. Consistency, skills and interest shown, communication styles. They're looking all at this at your online presence, right? So and it provides them this information subconsciously without you even knowing. So be mindful of what you post. Employer red flags. There are a lot of employer red flags. What can cost you opportunities? Posting about drugs, posting about violence, illegal activity, self snitching, disrespectful posts, talking about the dead, right? Things of that nature. Gang culture will definitely get you removed from an opportunity. Negative attitude toward work, talking about the employer you were previously at, posting online of you doing things that you not supposed to be doing while you're on shift. These are all things that can be found doing your digital footprint search. Oversharing personal drama, right? No one needs to know about your baby mama drama and all of that. You talking too much on social media. Be mindful. Someone can read that and get an interpretation. That woman who may be an employer may be a baby mama. It sucks, but it happens. But let's keep it real. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be employable. Keep that in mind. So, some green flags. What gets you noticed? A clean profile, something that gears to professionalism in your workforce sector and what you desire to get into. Positive captions, right? Positive captions, saying things that are positive, work related content, motivation and growth mindset, and engagement with others, right? Are all green flags. LinkedIn is an opportunity machine, and I will keep. And next week we will discuss this further as we will be working on ways to set up a LinkedIn account in our final virtual support group for the month of April. We will be working on setting up a LinkedIn account. I will be setting up LinkedIn accounts with my clients throughout the week, so stay tuned. Recruiters live on LinkedIn. Based on who you are on LinkedIn, jobs can come to you. You can connect directly with employers on LinkedIn. So use LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn, reach out. We could work on setting up a LinkedIn, as this is an opportunity machine. They should be giving me some branding credits or something at this point, because basic LinkedIn setup. Step by step, a profile picture. You want to be clean, smiling. Headline is saying what you want to do, who you are. About section is your story, giving them a general gist of who you are. Add your skills, right? Connect with people, right? And don't be afraid to reach out if there's opportunities, and apply to those opportunities on LinkedIn. Instead of looking for a job, right? Say motivated warehouse associate, reliable, ready to work. Instead of saying that on as an example headline, right, on your LinkedIn, some people would just say looking for a job. Nah, say I'm a motivated warehouse associate. I'm a associate. I'm reliable and I'm ready to work. So some easy wins. What should you post? Day one at my new job. What I learned this week, right? From your job, positive posts, a resume update, a job search update, gratitude posts, right? Things of that nature goes on your LinkedIn. Don't just post, engage, like posts, comments, connect. Your story is your power. Use your journey as a way to get your foot in the door. Your truth speaks volumes about who you are. It speaks about your growth. It talks about how you overcome barriers, learning new skills. Please use your experience. Talk about your journey and be mindful of how you do that. Don't be a victim case, be a survivor case. We help you build this, right? So here at Straight Up, we use that type of language. We understand that how to convert from a survivor to a victim. We know the difference. We know how employers read the difference. We assist you with professional photos. We have photographers on site that can come to you, set up, take a professional photo of you. You just have to be in your proper attire, and create a LinkedIn photo for your LinkedIn profile or social media profiles. If you need that assistance, please reach out to Straight Up. We will assist you with navigating those professional photos. Resume help is very important. We assist with resume help, updating your resume, because your resume is something that is uh, posted on LinkedIn too. So we look at that. LinkedIn as well, setting up your LinkedIn. Uh, because we understand the importance of job placement, right? The importance of job placement is essential to us. So we understand that if you are able to navigate these arenas of these platforms, we you can help us help you. We can get you to the resume interview, but if they see you are posting violent content online, posting drug activity online, posting about your baby mama online, or your baby father online, posting about drama, fighting, posting about young youth organization activity. These are all stuff that's going to get you eliminated from the process. So if you need assistance, please feel free to schedule one-on-one support, and we'll assist you with navigating that. Be honest with yourself. Look at that email address. Be honest with yourself, and let's have an honest conversation. So today, I want you all to take steps. Google yourself, clean up your profiles, create or update your LinkedIn. If you need assistance, book a session with Straight Up Employment Services. We're here to help you. I'm gonna help you navigate through this whole process. Y'all ain't gotta do it alone. We here for you. Straight Up Employment Services, New Jersey. We bridge the gap between access and opportunities for those that are in need of employment, and we do that through an employmental approach. We are here for you. You don't have to do this alone. Everything I said today, if you need assistance, feel free to reach out and be honest, be transparent about where you are. You don't have to front. We are anti-judgmental. We want the people with the records. We want the people that got that stuff going on with them that we have to help clean up. So please, when you come to us, you can feel like you are transparent. And this is how we're going to get this thing done. This is how we're going to move the needle for you. We got you. That's Straight Up Employment Services. And just remember, step by step on your basic LinkedIn step up. Just some basic LinkedIn setup. I want you to have a clean profile picture. We can help you take those photos. Clean headline telling people what you want to do. We can help you articulate that and get that in writing. Your about store section. Let's talk about your story. What about your story we need to highlight? Let's talk about that. Let's add your skills, just to connect you with people. Let's have those conversations. Here at Straight Up Employment Services, we do just exactly that. We help people navigate those barriers. So you don't have to do it alone. I know what I said. You probably Googled yourself today and was like, oh, snap. It's okay. It's okay. That's what we here for. We have free support for our community. Feel free to reach out. Um, and with that being said, we're pretty much done today. It's always a pleasure, doing these virtual employment support groups because this is where we are able to provide that information to bridge the gap, right? If you are able to grab this information, we are bridging the gap right then and there. Once you watch these videos, the bridge is being built. Is being built. And that's essential to the work that we do. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for being a part of the virtual employment support group for April. Next week, we will be working on our LinkedIn, how to build a LinkedIn profile, because we want to build that LinkedIn ASAP. Because if you're talking about getting jobs, that is the way to do it. Those employers, those recruiters, they exist on LinkedIn, and help us help you. We will help you navigate that process. We got you here at Straight Up Employment Service. Much love. Peace.